So one of the last ones before, I think this is going to be the second to last one. But the very last one is something I want to talk about that is very prominent in paintball. But I'm going to, of course, I'm going to talk about this one first. This is isolate the fight and make them do what you want them to do. This is a very big one in paintball. This is not the one I'm talking about, but I'm going to give you an example. Let's get up here. Alright. So, I need them to do what I want them to do. We're sitting up here, and this is going to sound like I'm dictating their play, and to an extent this is correct, but not to the drastic amount as to what you're thinking I mean. So, we're up here, and we've got these people pushing this wood line here. Now, we want them to corral this corner here, okay? And let's say I stick one of my brothers in this window down here that's right below us. Everyone knows that window that's right here. And they watch this entrance here. Now, I want them, again, we want them to go that way. We want them to keep pushing that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight them. Let's say I fight them. I'm not going for a kill. A kill's nice, but I'm not like, you know, going to be upset if I don't get the kill. I'm just trying to make them do what I want them to do. So what I do is I keep shooting from over here, run over this way, you know, shooting from over here. What I'm doing in this sense, what I'm doing in moving back this way and swinging out this way instead of swinging back this way is if I swing back this way and get behind these boxes to try to hide, that doesn't make this team, at least in my perspective, this doesn't make this team want to move out this way. They're not going to want to do that. This is although this is their shortest route to get into the compound, you got to remember 90% of human beings, this is not a true percentage, but majority of human beings are right-handed. They will typically want to go right before anything else. So again, if you think about it, I'm sitting here and I get shot. This is me going my right because I'm right-handed. But if I swing out left, they're right. Let's say they're right-handed. They're going to want to swing out their right side, which is our left. They're swinging out this way. So what it makes them do is it makes them go to the left. So I'm shooting them, and then I drop back this way, and I get the wider angle on them, because you can play off this right here, so you're not getting shot by them. They're not in my gameplay and the times I've been playing, and I've used this to make it work. It's worked, let's say 80% of the time, 70 to 80% of the time. I will say that this is a tried and true method. Instead of keeping it this way, getting this type of angle, it makes them push this way because they think, okay, he doesn't have sight on us. He can't see us. They're not going to want to push into your sight. No hunters really do that. They're gonna want to get over here. So even if you push back this way, you're fighting them from over here, they're gonna start moving this way. Because again, you're getting this wider angle, you're seeing much more. And in our brains as human beings, you know, we're not gonna put ourselves in that predicament of danger. We're going to try to go to the path of that's least resistance. So that's of course that small path there. And again, we're kind of cutting off this whole entire zone. Now, there's people that will say, you know, oh, F that, I'm going to back off this, and then they're going to run into that waterway, and they're going to come up over here. Of course, you're going to get those people. But more times, often than not, you're going to get them to do what you want to do. So make them do what you want. Again, if you're fighting them, let's say you're fighting a team from over here, How can we get them in the water? How can we get them splashing around in the water? Let's say they're on the backside of this bridge. Let's say we shoot at them from the backside of the. Let's say we're shooting at them from over here, and we want them in the water. You can back out, and let's say this is just the only team. You can back out and get a longer angle of the bridge, and even if you don't see them, shoot at it. Even if you do not see them, shoot into the bridge, and they're gonna think that we're none the wiser. We don't know really what we're doing. It's going to get them to come out. Another good thing, another thing that hunters do, and this is probably going to like be an aha moment for a lot of people, and it's going to be very helpful for newer players. I'm going to get us in that situation one sec. This is a tried and true method. It will work 100% of the time. I promise. I've got to worry about the dogs one second. So, this is a tried and true method that works so much, and it actually applies back to using the environment. Say you know. So just stupidly, for example, let's say the bounty was in here, the spider's in here. They banished it. And you haven't seen anyone peek this window, but this window's not broken, okay? The tried and true method is this. That window is not broken. You have your teammate or you're watching this window, you shoot out the window. Human nature tells us, it's human nature for curiosity. It's human nature for us to be curious. When that window is now shot out, this works with unbroken windows every single time. For some reason, hunters will go peek their head right into that window, right where it was just shot from, giving you the perfect way to kill somebody. Yes, they'll jiggle peek back and forth just to see if they can bait out another shot to see where you shot from, but they will always peek it. You shoot it out, you wait for them to peek it, you get the kill. It's a crazy concept, I know, but it works 100% of the time. If I can find my video clip of me doing it and actually saying it and everything, I will put it somewhere here. Maybe, honestly, I could shoot that window and they come running to it and see what happens. So, go ahead and shoot this. See if I can get them to peek it. And then I can rush forward. Yeah, see? Just like I said, it's typical. Like, see what happens. Get him to stop moving. But yes, that works a lot, or every time. So, again, use these things to your advantage. You know, make them play the way you want them to play. Let's say you need them to continually peek out this side of the box that we're fighting on right here. How do you make this guy right in front of you constantly fight this side? Well, you could shoot him from here, and then you can continue to try to peek this, and play this box as though you're not trying to play this side. Play it like you're right here. You keep trying to come out here. Again, I know I've told you about re-peeking, so do it as needed. But yeah, just come out here. You want him to come out here because maybe you have a partner back here trying to kill him. So your partner's got the shot. You just continue to peek this. It forces him to come out this way because he thinks he's got the jump on you. You're good to go. Again, you're fighting out here. You want this guy to continue peeking this left box here. You can sit here and just shoot the right side. Kind of just keep moving up. Especially if you're moving up on a certain side of something, people will tend to go wider because they want to create distance unless they have a shotgun. They want to create distance. So again, shoot, just shoot it. Did that go through? Holy crap. All right. So yeah, continue to shoot it and moving up on it. It'll make them peek this. So even if you're a solo player, the way you can use this to your advantage is get the shot, and then if you're moving, or even after that shot, flick to the left. Wait for them to make that peek. So yeah, isolate it, make them do what you want to do, especially if let's say for example, in the sense of isolating the fight, you're going up against a trio, and you have a guy like on this doorway. You've just shot him. He's very, very low on health, but you have one of his teammates sitting here, and one that's in the window back here. So let's say you were going to try to rush him. Now, if you were to come out here, you have this teammate shooting at you, and then when you jump the gate, you have this guy looking right here, waiting to shoot you. So how do you isolate this fight right here? What you can do is quite easily duck. Now you've isolated this fight. You're only fighting him. You don't need to worry about this guy because he can't get that headshot on you. Can he throw stuff on you? Of course he can. But you're now out of LOS of this guy, line of sight. You're out of LOS of this guy. You can now fight this guy. Of course, you're not in the best position. You've only got really a one-dimensional figure to fight off, or sorry, two-dimensional figure to fight off of. This is this side here. You can even, I don't know if you want to stand up there, but yeah, you can just continue to fight this. Again, you're crouch peeking and stuff. Again, I always say not to do it. This is just for an example. But yeah, you can now fight this guy alone. Say it's this guy you want to fight, and this guy's giving you a hard time. You're good. Now fight this guy. You're fighting him off. You can use things like, I think you can tuck up against this without problems and continue to fight this. Again, just isolate the fight. This one's perfect. You're fighting this guy. You put this tree in between you two, and you're good to go. You've got nothing to worry about. In paintball, what it is what I tell everybody is that the bunker is there to just be a wall between you and a ball. That's all it is. So, unfortunately, as much as Hunt Showdown is with FMJ, long ammo, medium ammo, you can't necessarily say that because we have wall penetration. But for the most part, put that in between you and the other person. You know, you got somebody that's in this window that's playing right here. Or, sorry, this is a door then. You got someone in this door, but there's someone on this backside shooting at you. Don't come out right side. Don't do that. Come out the left side and isolate the fight. Yes, your feet are open and they're going to take shots at you, of course, but for the example, now you've isolated this fight. You can fight him. Say he drops back to heal, you can now come out and swing this. You can wrap around this side of the wagon and you can play it. Of course, let's just say, for example, this is all solid and he can't see your feet, because if you can see your feet, he knows where you're going to come out at. But if it's all solid, you come out this way, he has no idea. He thinks that the only way you're going to come out is heads up right here on top of him. But you don't need to do that. You can fight here and then you can swing wide. So, yeah, isolate the fight and make them do what you want to do. Now, the last one is a... The last one is a very, it can be important. Not everybody is the greatest in Hunt Showdown at flick shots, and this is why I kept the dummies still alive. They're not the greatest at kind of flicking. You see, like, you can do an over flick or stuff. They're not the best at, you know, getting back, running around, getting back on target, you know, slowly getting through, getting back to the target. So one thing that works with paintball especially is when you're in a bunker, imagine as though that bunker is not there. It's as if none of this is here. None of any of the scenery is here. You can see this guy floating up in the air, and you can see this guy floating up in the air. Play your shots just like you can't see these things in front of you. So as you saw earlier how I was keeping my crosshair on that one spot and moving back and forth, we're gonna just do it, I don't know if, we'll do it like right here. So we're gonna keep our crosshair, we're gonna pretend like this isn't here. So we came out on this guy and we shot him from right here, correct? So we kept coming out and popping. Of course, we have weapon variants because of the minor sway Hunt Showdown has with weapon variants, so forgive me if it's not spectacularly spot on 100%. But we come out on this guy, right? Now we want to wrap around this side, but we don't want to come out. But we don't want to come out to where we're out this way, and then we have to move our crosshair back. Right? Same with right here. We don't want to come out, and then we have to move our crosshair back. What you do is you follow it as if it was never there. See? It's not. It's. So when you're gunfighting, like let's say this window, you're gunfighting this window. Of course, you can align your crosshair up with that window and always be mindful of that. You can sit right here. You can come out, and you're always going to be on top of it. Pretend this thing doesn't exist. We can literally do this with anything, even a tree. We came out on the tree, and we're following every single stretch. We'll do it with this guy up here. I don't know the best spot. Let's say like right here. So I think he's gonna be right in this area. All right, so he's a little bit to the right. So he's right here. And we just continue to go through. And no matter where we are in this tree line, we're going to be on top of them. Okay? So it's such a big, if you're a player that doesn't play very, very fast, you're a player that plays somewhat slow. Kind of wish I kept that. Oh, the hive is up. Okay. So we'll do it with this hive here. If you're a slow player, we're behind this, and we're getting shot up by the hive. We peeked out, we saw where he's at. Now we want to come out on the left side. We know she's in this general vicinity without moving. We can just keep the ADS on her. We're gonna come out every single time. There's no reason for us to come out and then flick back, because we do that, they have the shot on us. We come out, we flick back. We're not doing that. We're keeping the crosshair on every single time. So this is a tried and true situation with paintball, especially when running on somebody. You don't want to wrap the bunker and you're way out, and then you have to bring your gun back in, because by the time you bring your gun back in, they've killed you rather than you killing them. Get to it, but yeah, just keep that in mind. You don't need to come out, flick, and come back. You can just keep your gun on it every single time, as if this thing is not even there. Of course, it's gonna prove me wrong with the weapon sway, but yeah. Hopefully, you guys learned something from this, and some of the tips proved to be pretty fruitful for you. It's just some things I've learned again with playing for so long and being part of the paintball background. It's allowed me to apply a lot of things that I normally wouldn't really think about in an FPS game as slow as Hunt. So yeah, hopefully this helps anyone else out, and yeah, you apply it to your game. So thank you very much for watching. It went on for an hour, but I hope you enjoyed and got something out of it.